for an employee, for a person, because we will have a lot of employees will be watching this, what spark should they have in their eyes, what spark should they have in their life that will motivate them to work harder?
So if you tame your mind कि जितना मिला उतना ही देंगे ना, आप अपने प्रो वर्जन में नहीं जा पाएंगे. People come for interview at my office, I tell them only one thing: you have come here, you will get exposure, okay, and you will grow. So just focus on growth, because when you grow, there are two things can happen. Either I will match your growth, और या आपकी शख्सियत मेरे छत से ऊपर हो जाएगी और आप और कहीं चले जाओगे.
Since you provide CFO services to startups, what is the biggest mess up you've seen in a startup where there's a bankruptcy level situation, or you've been called to do firefighting?
I have a client, and what happened was that he was scaling up, but due to some external geopolitical factors, his exports got stuck and he was in huge debt. So in that case, we just suggested them, okay, why don't you find out some alternate options? That might be difficult, it might require some more investment, but just to try for it. They started finding options outside India to export.
There are a lot of people who do not believe in that. For example, people have seen their managers working a lot, and then they will be like, अच्छा ये आदमी इतना काम करता है तो मुझे क्यों करवा रहा है, right? This is a corporate mentality where a corporate employee usually thinks कि यार the time is 6 o'clock, I have to clock out. But what motivates you to work even at 9, 10, 11? Because usually startup founders have that level of motivation कि यार okay मुझे कुछ तो करना है, बड़ा करना है लाइफ में. So they will work even after work hours. They'll work at night, in the evening, whenever the client calls, they'll be there. Mm-hmm. For an employee, for a person, because we will have a lot of employees will be watching this, what spark should they have in their eyes? What spark should they have in their life that will motivate them to, work harder?
So you said about the manager जो काम करता है मेरे को क्यों करना है. See, there is also conscious mind and subconscious mind.
Yeah.
So we all are working for ourselves. Okay. So if you tame your mind कि जितना मिला उतना ही देंगे ना, तो आप अपने प्रो वर्जन में नहीं जा पाएंगे.
Okay.
ठीक है. So you have to think कि अगर जो मैं और भी कुछ बेहतर सीख सकूँ और भी बेहतर कुछ कर सकूँ ना, तो मेरे लिए ये बेहतर होगा. When people come for interview at my office, I tell them only one thing: you have come here, you will get exposure, okay, and you will grow. So just focus on growth, because when you grow, there are two things can happen. Either I will match your growth, और या आपकी शख्सियत मेरे छत से ऊपर हो जाएगी और आप और कहीं चले जाओगे.
Right.
So you have to focus on yourself. That's the tagline I use in the interview. I see and ask people in the interview also कि तुम 10 साल बाद अपने आप को कहाँ देखते हैं. अगर जो वो बोलता है कि मेरे में 0 और 2 ऐड हो जाएंगे पीछे, तब मैं उसको लेता हूँ. Because if a person is ambitious, company will be ambitious.
Right. Now, there was just something I was discussing with you previously about market validation, right? So, can you walk me through your numbers? For example, you yourself said कि आपके first month में you was sitting outside a client's office,
that's right.
Right? So, how did you validate your market? How did you price your services at that point? And what was the first paycheck that you received technically, and how did you know कि अच्छा अब market has been validated?
See, this I would also like to add something more to this. Is
Please.
that there are 3 stages of a company. Okay, that I have been through, and I am now transitioning to from stage 2 to stage 3. Before you ask me, so first stage is like that. Okay, when you enter the market, you're totally new.
Okay.
No one knows you. Even you don't have confidence that you will be you are workable or not.
Yeah.
So at that place, what happens? You get the clients. Actually, those clients are the clients that have been leftover clients, I would say.
Yeah.
Not the premium clients.
Yes.
So these clients demand more than they give.
Yeah.
And you have a hustle तो आपकी होती है, ये आपको hustle को और बढ़ा देता है. Right. And after that वो ऐसे ही आपको कम पैसा देता है. Now you'll have the employees जिसको आप कम पैसा दें. If you give peanuts, you'll get monkeys.
Correct.
That's a proverb without demeaning anyone.
Yeah.
But with that money, you will get employees that are not so much sophisticated or technically sound. And वो लोग क्या करेंगे? वैसा ही काम करेंगे.
Correct.
और वैसे ही गलती होगा. और वो एक विक्शियस सर्कल में फंसते रहेंगे. From here, if you now improve little bit, you will get better clients. But employees तो वही रहेंगे. Now they are not able to perform up to the more than the limit, right? Yeah. So what when you pressurize them with more clients, they will leave. And now these employees leave, so your client will also leave. So this second stage is again there will be a trimming of clients and the employees. After that, when you get some more better clients, then you can bring some more better people who can absorb the growth. Because everyone cannot walk from X to Y and Y to Z. So there is a difference of mindset.
Okay. And since you provide CFO services to startups, what is the biggest mess up you've seen in a startup where there's a bankruptcy level situation, or you've been called to do firefighting?
So what I have experienced, I have a client, and what happened was okay, he was scaling up, but due to some external geopolitical factors, his exports got stuck, and he was in
Okay.
huge debt, and he was unable to do anything, and his compliances are totally messed up, and he
Okay.
had also taken investment, and in that he was also having facing pressures from the investors कि अब इसका क्या करेंगे, because in once the investors are on board, they also create a pressure.
Correct.
Right. So what we were called in and we were told कि ये situation अब इसका क्या करें? Either we have to go under NCLT or either we have to revive from there.
Correct.
So in that case, we just suggested them कि why don't you find out some alternate options? That might be difficult. It might require some more investment, but just to try for that.
Right.
And what they did is they started finding options outside India to export. And from there, they started again gaining. And in the meantime, due to the investors' pressure, we tried our best to keep investors on in confidence for another year and so.
Okay.
And in that, they also got convinced कि नहीं कुछ हो रहा है. Now अब खाली मुंह बोलने से नहीं होता. You have to show that in figures.
Correct.
So month on month पहले एक महीना तो कुछ नहीं हुआ, खाली हम लोग गाली खाए. फिर second महीना से आस्ते 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 we are showing कि ना there is some revenue. Loss will be there because
Correct.
it is something that is out of control. But gradually it will
Reduction
improve.
of losses.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the first year, I would say the losses came down to 50%. And that was something the investor was ठीक है, now this is feasible.
Okay.
इसको लेके आगे बढ़ सकते हैं. So in the grimmest of the moment ना, actually we get blocked mentally. दिखता नहीं है कि क्या होगा आगे. But if we try, we will find out a solution to that also. And business is a hustle.
Right.
No business has come out without hustle.
Absolutely.
If you are ready to take risk, if you are ready to hustle 24/7, go for a business. Go for a startup.
A lot of followers will be startup founders who are going for funding. Correct. What what are the various parameters that an investor looks for when they are investing in a startup, and what do you think would be an ideal way for a founder to pitch to an investor? What would be the key major points, that metrics that they will look for?
कोई भी इन्वेस्टर पैसा है ना फाउंडर पे ही लगाता है.
Yeah.
बिजनेस का जो है ना कोई भरोसा नहीं होता वो स्केल अप करेगा. नो वन कैन गारंटी दैट.
Correct.
फाउंडर में जोर है ना तो इन्वेस्टर पैसा लगाएगा. दे पिच money on the founder. The founder should be confident, should have faith on his vision, and should be flexible. Because see, no one is perfect in this world.
Right.
If you are getting an input कि ये सही नहीं है, so you have to take into consideration. If you can improve, and then move forward. But that doesn't mean taking in everything that you get in. You have to filter out. That's
Right.
very important. Because every person has a different set of opinions. And that is made through their set of experiences. So you have to filter out what is applicable to you. And the founder should be resilient. That he should be persistent and consistent. That he should work with the efforts continuously with the same intensity of the efforts. This is something that impresses the investor.
Okay.
अगर तो देखिए बिजनेस में अप्स एंड डाउन्स होगा. इफ देयर इज अ ग्रीन सिचुएशन, इफ यू कैन पुल दैट आउट, दैट इज ओनली द कैरेक्टर ऑफ द फाउंडर दैट कैन पुल इट अप. आज पूरी एम्प्लॉय पूरी टीम आपकी जो है वो अगर जो डिससेटिस्फाइड है या वो बहुत ज्यादा सैड है, हु विल बूस्ट देम अप? इज द फाउंडर. द फाउंडर्स शुड हैव समथिंग ऑफ अ क्वालिटी दैट वो झुकेगा नहीं, वो लगे रहेगा.
Right.
ठीक है. एंड इन टर्म्स ऑफ फाइनेंशियल डिसिप्लिन, it should be properly planned. You can be too enthusiastic, you can have a vision, everything. But if you are not good in numbers, if you don't have planning properly done, then that can land you wayward.
Okay.
And also analyzing is a very big thing. If you are thinking that ये आपका target से month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5 में अगर नहीं हो रहा है, then month on month review करना और उसके लिए action लेना, that is something. Analyzing and accepting. Actually, that is a part of being flexible also.
Right. So, if you have to share a little bit of your dashboard, what would be the number of your active clients, firstly? Secondly, which industries are you more prevalent in? And thirdly would be, what does your revenue look like currently?
So in terms of industry, we are open to all industries.
Okay.
We work with all types of founders, starting from jewelry business to real estate, from pharma business to IT. We are there to support all types of founders. With if they have an idea, they can come up to us. We will handhold them in their entire journey.
Okay.
Not as a, matlab, a professional, not only as a professional person, but also a part of their team. We
Okay.
will be guiding and we will be leading throughout. And what was the other question?
The other one was how many active clients do you have and what revenue are you
We
currently?
have more or less more than 500 active clients at this moment, and we are nurturing more than 50 startups and holding them. And the revenue at this moment is more than 2 CRM a year.
Okay, 2 CR a year.
Yes.
That's great. Deepak, एक minute now. Aryan, thank you. Okay.
See, because
Yeah.
we believe in two systems, is that if a founder already does not have money at the moment, if we overcharge them, that's too difficult. So what we do is that we take a stake or we come on board with them and we help them to grow. So that way we don't pressurize the founder to भाई तुमको पैसा देना ही पड़ेगा.
Correct.
अगर पैसा होता तो खुद ही कर लेता.
सही बात है. So, but then, as a founder of a tax company, of course, India's tax laws change almost every time. New tax laws are there. Then there's going to be any startup exemptions. There's going to be new GST laws or something that will come up every year or every time. How do you make sure that you are always, because you are accountable for all your decisions that you're taking and also for all the 500 startups that you are involved with? So how do you make sure that you're updated on every tax laws? Because this is a common question for lawyers, also common question for people who are in the professional business as well.
See, that's the basic requirement of the industry.
Right.
So there is no option but to get updated and be updated. So we have to do that. And this changing tax laws every year is also a headache, also an opportunity.
Okay.
Opportunity because with so much of pressure, the competition comes down. I told you about single plate with entire taxation and compliance and guidance and helping of funding, valuation, cap table structuring, everything coming on a single point. For that, you have to be updated every time.
Right.
And this all-round service providers reduce in the market because of the pressure of keeping themselves updated also. That's an additional pressure.
Right.
It's not the same product you're selling again and again and again. The product is improvised every time.
Understandable.
Yes, and you have to keep yourself updated. You have to also guide clients accordingly because clients are looking at us. कि भाई यही बताएंगे.